My dearest Travelista, welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Tyra Andre, and we are going to be in for an interesting podcast today. So, someone once asked me, is it even worth it to take children traveling while they're young? Why spend the money to take children traveling with you while they're young? I'm like, what? Okay. So let's jump right in. So I kind of quizzed my daughter on this, to see if she even remembered anything. And so I asked her, she's 7 now. I asked her how far back does she remember traveling? She started traveling when she was 1 years old with me. And so, it kind of piqued my interest too. Like, I wonder how much does she actually remember. So I actually asked her this, and she told me that she remembered a time when we were in she called it a mansion. We were in a mansion, and we were with some friends, and it was in Dominican Republic, and it was the time that Casa de Campo invited us to visit their property, and everything was all inclusive. It was very, very beautiful. I really recommend you guys go check out Casa de Campo if you ever get a chance to. But that was back in July of 2020. And so she was 5 years old at the time, and she's 7 years old now. So kids actually do remember stuff. I did go as far as asking her that, did she remember her trip to Puerto Rico? I believe she was 2 when she went to Puerto Rico. I asked her, did she remember taking a cruise with the family when she was about 3, 4 years old? And she really didn't remember that. I did ask her, did she remember going to Las Vegas with us? And she said, Las Vegas with her cousin. It was his 16th birthday, and we went to Las Vegas, and we got a chance to see Little Nas X at the airport. And so she was like, yeah, that was the time we saw Little Nas X. And I'm like, yeah, so she was around 5 years old at that time. So I'm just thinking off the top of my head, maybe kids start remembering their travels around the age of 4, 5, maybe even 6 for some, and maybe even go down to 3 years old. I don't know. I guess it's really dependent on how the child's memory is. But even if she didn't remember those trips when she was 1 years old, listen, we have pictures. I had an amazing time. I got to immerse her into a different cultural experience, taste different foods, and see, different things outside of the United States, because Puerto Rico is inside of the United States, but it's kind of different from the direct United States because you got to fly to get there. So it is a bit different. So even if she didn't remember those trips when we went to the Dominican, when we went to Puerto Rico, or when we took those cruises all across the world, or any of the, even if she didn't remember any of those, it still is important to take yourself and take your child traveling. It's traveling. I can't say enough about traveling, but traveling, it just gives you a break from the normal day-to-day life that we all experience. Here we're in the United States. It gives us a break. To me, travel is everything. Travel is sanity. Like, I need travel. If I don't travel, I have a problem. Like, I have to travel. Like, I can't describe it. I have to travel. I have to see the world. I'm one of those people that refuse to wait until I retire to see the world, because the truth of the matter is, some people never even make it to retirement. And no one knows when they're going to leave this world. So I would much rather live my life now and continue to live my life throughout my whole life, and not look back. Like, I love traveling. Traveling is life. So I think it's very worth it. You guys message me and email me and let me know, do you guys think it's worth it to take your child and, child traveling as a young child? At what age did you start traveling with your kids? I do know if I have any other kids, my baby probably will start traveling at like 6 months to a year as well. Like, we are a complete traveling family. That's what we do. So even if my child does not remember the travels when they were 1, 2, or 3 years old, I have pictures. they'll have memories of it, when they grow up. Well, they won't necessarily have a memory of it, but they'll have a memory from the pictures that they actually took, because we take lots of pictures. So, they won't remember it, but, going back as they get older, they'll look back at their childhood pictures, and, they'll know that they visit certain places, and, just it opens their mind up. Traveling really opens up children's minds to different things. And, they eventually, start thinking different, just really thinking outside of the box. So I don't know. That's pretty much, most of what I have to say when it comes to traveling with children at a young age. I do not regret traveling with my daughter at 1 years old. I do not, because life, the world is so beautiful. She got to enjoy Puerto Rico, you guys. Puerto Rico. She got to enjoy Nassau and just like different Caribbean islands when she was, just a baby. And it's a wonderful thing to me. No, she doesn't remember, those small, tiny, years, but I remember them. I remember them. I remember them going on them and, having a ball and, coming back all refreshed and brand new. Traveling makes you a better person overall. So that is my take on, should you travel with your kids while they're young? Yes, absolutely. I recommend traveling with your kid as long as you feel that it's safe to do so. I recommend start them off as early as possible. Get their vaccinations, make sure they're all caught up on their shots. If you believe in shots, that's a personal thing for all parents, whether they want to get their kids immunized or not. But I mean, I don't know. I love it. I love it. I completely love it. So yes, should you start traveling with your children while they're young? Absolutely. Like, this world is so huge. It's so huge. I would not recommend any mom or any dad wait to start traveling with their kids, because they're young. No, absolutely not. That's just craziness. And not only that, you guys, if your child is under 2 years old or younger, the flights, these kids can qualify as a lap child. And so they're technically flying for free. Well, for some flights, it's not 100% free. There may be like a small lap child fee, but for the most part, they're traveling for really, really, really cheap. So, and, it's not only flights, but parks and stuff. Like, there's so many things that you can do with a toddler that's 2 years and under for free. So you guys take advantage of those years. And even when it comes down to cruises, some of these cruises, you won't even have to pay for an excursion ticket for that child. I believe they're under like 3 or 4 years old. So you guys take advantage of being able to show your kids the world practically for free. I mean, if they're getting on the flight and it's free, and the cruise won't necessarily be free for them. It doesn't matter what the age as far as cruise. You'll still have to pay for them for the cruise, but at least the flight will be practically free, and you guys get to go on excursions, and the excursions should be free for the child. So that's something that I always look forward to when I go on a cruise, is the excursions. So that's my take. Should you start traveling with your child when they're young? Absolutely. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I mean, their passports only last for 5 years, so might as well give them as many stamps as they can for their memories, to put in their little memory travel box. So if you guys have any additional questions on traveling with the baby, or how to get your child register as a lap child when you're flying, or how to get free excursions for your child if they're under the ages of 3 to 4 years old, all you guys have to do is text me. Go ahead and text me at 813-GO1-FLY2. That's 813-461-3592. Or you guys can easily email me at info@mommyandwe travels.com. I look forward to answering all of your questions and just chatting it up. Until our next podcast, I'll talk to you later. Bye, Travelista. Bye.